This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. The director of the FBI today recommends not charging Hillary Clinton for her use of private email servers when she was Secretary of State. While today's announcement likely ends any potential legal trouble for the presumptive Democratic nominee, it's already clear this doesn't mean the end of the issue on the campaign trail. ABC's Megan Hughes is in Washington with the latest.
FBI Director James Comey blasting Hillary Clinton for her email use during her tenure as Secretary of State.
Any reasonable person in Secretary Clinton's position or in the position of those with whom she was corresponding about those matters should have known that an unclassified system was no place for that conversation.
While Clinton had insisted she'd never sent or received anything classified at the time, Comey said investigators uncovered many classified emails, including some that were marked. But ultimately, he said the decision to charge her rested on one question: did she violate classified information on purpose?
No reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case.
Hours later, President Obama joining Clinton on the campaign trail.
But I'm ready to pass the baton.
No mention of the FBI, instead uniting against Donald Trump.
Can you imagine him sitting in the Oval Office the next time America faces a crisis?
Nobody actually knows what it takes to do the job until you sat behind the desk.
Trump also in the Tar Heel State Wednesday night.
Today is the best evidence ever that we've seen that our system is absolutely, totally rigged. It's rigged.
The Justice Department will still have the final say, but Attorney General Loretta Lynch has previously stated she expects to follow the FBI's recommendations. Megan Hughes, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Megan. Today's announcement by the FBI was a topic of conversation for both the local Republican and Democratic parties, and we spoke with both sides today.
Everybody is equal under the law now, except that what this is saying is wink, wink, not really. I think that this is going to generate even more of the sorts of distrust and anger and frustration that you're seeing at Washington.
These were career professionals at the FBI that made this decision. I think it puts this behind her, puts it to bed, and now she can get to work on the issues that really matter.
The USA Today Suffolk University poll released yesterday showed Trump closing in on Clinton's national lead. Clinton was up by 5 points in that last poll. And here on the Suncoast, the tone of downtown Sarasota after hours was up for discussion tonight at City Hall. A common discussion there. Proposed upscale restaurant and cocktail bar on Main Street came up for a vote, and it was not a fast decision, actually. ABC 7's Ray Collins is just back from City Hall and joins us with more on this story. Ray.
Haley, some say the owner was being blamed for the sins of others. This is the spot on Main Street where the owner of the successful Cask and Ale restaurant in St. Petersburg wants to expand. And here comes the owner, Jeff Catherall, who asked the city for permission to expand into Sarasota. But the conversation quickly turned into a discussion about rowdy behavior after hours downtown. Commissioner Susan Chapman recalled an instance where she did some 2 a.m. fact-finding.
A lot of, overconsumption indicators, staggering in the street, vomiting, and the police enforcement isn't very effective.
The owners of a similar downtown upscale restaurant were there. Kirk Volker and his wife Chris own the State Street Eatery, and they know what Chapman's talking about.
It's the restaurants that overexpand their intended license, a restaurant that essentially turns into a nightclub, and that is the problem.
During the discussion, Commissioner said Cask and Ale shouldn't be penalized for the transgressions of other places.
To deny an application because there hasn't been enforcement in the past, I think it is wrong.
To assign impugning of behavior, I find that troublesome.
Atwell also said, and the mayor and vice mayor agreed, Sarasota needs to attract more younger people.
We are looking to retain our young people to this area, and we should be making efforts to do so.
If we say that we want younger people here, this is an opportunity.
Having now voted, Commissioners, is that your vote?
In the end, 4 voted for the new project, and Chapman was the lone vote against it. So how does Volker feel about having a similar restaurant and cocktail bar downtown?
You know, they're direct competition, but we welcome them. We think that the rising tide lifts all boats.
And in response to Chapman's comment that the police aren't very effective downtown late at night, the city manager said he would talk to the police chief. Haley.
So, Ray, how soon until the Cask and Ale opens?
Pretty fast. Actually, it's said to be open in a month or 2 down on Main Street.
Very quick. All right. Thank you, Ray. Meanwhile, on Longboat Key, commissioners vote to not vote on a proposal to bury all power lines, at least not yet. The resolution hitting a roadblock with property owners not willing to pay more than others. After everyone agreed to pay an even charge to bury utilities along Gulf of Mexico Drive, residents were assessed another charge based on individual benefits for the remaining power lines. Those closest to a power pole will pay the most due to special benefits like safety and reliability. But some property owners say they've been overcharged.
They're assessing us as if they were running 39 different cables to the building, which is unheard of. The benefit is the elimination of that line, burying it underground, and by the way, replacing it with a brand new electrical distribution system.
After nearly 5 hours of debate, commissioners decided today to rewrite their original resolution at a workshop to be held at a later date. A busy 4th of July weekend for county lifeguards at Manatee and Coquina beaches that were packed with residents and visitors. Marine Rescue says it assisted with 2 rip current rescues, 2 medical emergencies, and a marine accident from Saturday through Monday. 13 children were also reported lost, but all were found.
It's not unusual for a holiday weekend when we have a little bit of surf or a little bit of groundswell.
I swam out to the water around the jetty, let the boy know I'm a lifeguard, you know, I'm here to help you. And I grabbed his arm, pulled him around the jetty, and assisted him to shore.
A lot quieter for Sarasota County over the holiday weekend. Lifeguards did not have to make any rescues. Several beaches on the Suncoast got a needed thorough cleaning today after the busy holiday weekend. More than 100 volunteers picked up trash, everything from cigarette butts to firework fragments and cans. It's part of Keep Sarasota County Beautiful's annual Liberty Litter Cleanup on Blind Pass Beach, Nokomis Beach, North Jetty Park, Lido, and Siesta beaches. Much needed after those fireworks. A big thanks to those volunteers. Now let's head over to John and get a check on our steamy forecast.
Indeed. Bless those volunteers. Isn't that wonderful? Great shot from the beach today, actually, of a beautiful sunset. Walkman Ziegler sent this in. We appreciate that. Beautiful colors and a couple there and enjoying the beauty of our beaches and our sunsets. And we had some clouds around. We had a few showers around as well, but things have since kind of died down just a little bit. We do have one line that has formed because of an outflow boundary and generally the other sea breeze making it over to our shores. But right now, everything is quiet over most of the area. Beautiful Punta Gorda webcam view shows the setting sun and a pretty much cloud-free coastline during the evening hours. We have temperatures around the region that, as Haley mentioned, is quite steamy indeed. Temperatures are running in the 80s most everywhere. Not much in the chance of rainfall for most of us. Details coming up in a few. Haley?
Thank you, John. Affordable housing has been hard to come by in Sarasota, but a proposed development in the Newtown area would provide another option. Student Accommodation Services, LLC, has submitted a proposal to build 20 new apartments on the site of an abandoned warehouse along Central Avenue. The site's history has raised concern for city officials who worry about possible land contamination. And while some also worry that the influx of people into Newtown could eventually displace current residents, others are looking at the potential positives new development would bring.
I think that it would be a good idea for the community. We need more build up around here.
It's the continuation of this gentrification and just how much of this are we going to see.
City officials will be reviewing the developer's application on July 20th. Bradenton's Old Main Street could soon be getting a makeover. The city is looking at fixing an area that officials say is looking a little old and tired lately. New and improved landscaping, better lighting, and wider sidewalks are expected to be part of the upgrades. The city says the improvements would take place on Old Main Street between Manatee Avenue and 3rd Avenue.
Let's see what new innovations we can do, what new materials are out there that weren't available when we did it the first time, what lighting is available. I mean, just the advent of LED lighting over the last 4 years has just been amazing.
We've been here 16 years and it's definitely come a long way. I think it'll be good for everyone and bring more people, you know, maybe new businesses.
The city is hoping to do the improvements at the same time as when the Spring Hill Suites is being built with a parking garage. That work is expected to get underway in about 2 months. Straight ahead, meteorologist John Scalzi will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, another state's law regarding women's health care and abortions is blocked, how Planned Parenthood describes the situation. And we know there's no such thing as a free lunch or a downside to lower gas prices. A look at the effects of paying less at the pump.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crode. It's Tuesday, July 5th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $454 million. To win that jackpot, you must have tees, 5 white balls, plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 29. That's followed by 64. Up next, we have 46. Your next number is 53, and your final white ball for this Tuesday evening is 73. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 10. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 29, 64, 46, 53, 73, and the gold Mega Ball is 10. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be $508 million. Play on, America.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Well, John, last night you were really excited about Juno.
Yes.
We're starting to get some of the results now, and it's pretty cool.
We are. We got little pings from the spacecraft indicating that all seems to be well. But
good to hear.
There's a lot going on. In fact, it kind of influenced my decision for picture of the day, and I think it's gotta be this Hubble shot of Jupiter's aurora, one of the more famous features of Jupiter. It has a massive magnetic field, and actually the interaction of one of its moons, Io, which spits out all of this kind of radiation and cosmic energy, interacts with the planet itself. So its moon and the planet interact with each other to create this just massive, thousands of times brighter and thousands of times bigger than our auroras here on Earth. Must be quite a sight to see. Of course, you wouldn't see it long, considering it's about 230 degrees below zero in the atmosphere there. So pretty impressive sight. We're going to be seeing a whole lot more of that, I'm sure, as soon as they warm up the spacecraft again. 85 degrees the air temperature still. Feels like temperature is still warm, up around 98 degrees. So even at this time of night, it's pretty steamy out there. 76 degree dew point. A north-northwest wind coming in at about 5. As we head into the overnight period, I think we're going to see maybe a sprinkle or two around Arcadia. We had the east and west coast sea breezes kind of collapse down around or collide right around the Fort Myers area and create a line of showers that's now kind of bearing down, I guess we could say, on Arcadia. It's not a very impressive line, and in fact, as we head into the next couple hours, that line will fall apart. I doubt that it ever brings any rainfall to the coastline, but Arcadia could see in about 45 minutes a little brief sprinkle, and that's about it. However, that whole line gradually working its way closer to the coast and dissipating. We have very light and variable winds that are going to allow sea breeze collisions to take place again. The west coast sea breeze moves far inland. The east coast sea breeze, aided by a general easterly flow over on that coast and to the south, bring us showers in the afternoon in inland areas, but not a whole lot near the coast. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, has a sinking dome of air, kind of suppressing the number of showers that we get over the next several days. Looks like probably the next 4 or 5 days we won't see a whole lot in the way of rainfall, certainly much less than average for this time of year. As we head into perhaps next week, we start to break down that ridge. We start to get a little bit more of a stronger flow, a little bit more moisture in, and that will help to bring us a few more scattered showers around. So very warm afternoons, light and variable winds for the next several days under the influence of that high, and a bit of a dry spell, I guess, so no afternoon showers to break the heat, which today got us to about 94 degrees. So more heat on the way, plus this drier air indicated here by the tan contours not only encompasses a lot of our area, but also a lot of the near Atlantic, the Caribbean, and a lot of the Atlantic as well. So in terms of any kind of breeding of tropical systems, that's not in the cards. The little tropical upper level low that kind of moved across Gulf waters is somewhat dissipating, so we're not looking at any development there either. I think the next 5-10 days look pretty quiet in terms of tropical weather. Satellite view showing fairly clear skies across our region. I don't think we'll see much in the way of any kind of issues during the overnight. Certainly it'll be a beautiful sunrise. Winds are very quiet this evening and overnight tonight, bringing smooth conditions on bay and inland waters. Beautiful. If you're going to do a little night fishing tonight, should be no issues whatsoever. We had a low tide at 9:30. High tide won't come until about 4 o'clock in the morning, so we're much closer to the low tide right now. And then another low tide comes at about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Over the course of the next several days, little rain chance, but a lot of heat. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Firefighters now have a handle on the massive fire in Canada that grew to nearly 1.5 million acres. Wildfire officials in Alberta say that the Fort McMurray fire is now classified as, quote, under control. It started on May 1st and forced tens of thousands of residents from their homes. Some residents began returning early last month. New clues in the mystery of Egypt Air Flight 804, which crashed into the Mediterranean Sea in May, killing all 66 people on board. CNN and the Associated Press are reporting that recordings from the cockpit voice recorder are consistent with earlier information that points to a fire on board. Earlier flight data had shown smoke in the bathroom and avionics bay, and there was evidence of fire, heat, and smoke on the wreckage found in the water.
Where this fire started in the forward part of the airplane, there's no fire extinguisher. So this crew's ability to fight this fire was really limited. Once the fire got going, there was really nothing that could be done, and the flight was doomed.
The Egyptian committee investigating the crash is only saying that it's very rare for a fire to suddenly break out on a plane like this. They haven't revealed their findings yet, saying that no possibilities, including terror, have been ruled out. The Florida Supreme Court will hear arguments in a long-standing dispute between Sarasota County and private hospitals. It centers on a 2003 state law that directed the county to reimburse the hospitals for indigent care. Last year, an appeals court ruled the reimbursement requirement of the law unconstitutional. Doctors Hospital, Inglewood Community Hospital, and Venice Regional are now asking the Florida Supreme Court to rule on this issue. Those hospitals claim that by caring for indigent people, they are performing a public good and deserve to be reimbursed. The court will hear the case in October. In line with how federal courts have ruled in other states, a federal judge is temporarily blocking Kansas from cutting off Medicaid funding to 2 Planned Parenthood affiliates. The Kansas Department of Health planned to cut off funding for services such as exams and cancer screenings for low-income patients receiving health coverage through the state's Medicaid program. State health officials have cited a dispute over a clinic inspection in December, as well as allegations against Planned Parenthood affiliates in Oklahoma and Texas. The organization says it's being targeted. Cheaper gas prices are better for our wallets, but maybe not for our safety. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says cheap gas is to blame for a rise in traffic deaths, since people are driving more and getting into more accidents. More than 35,000 people died on U.S. roads last year. That's the highest since 2008. Officials blame the vast majority of accidents on driver error. So please be careful out on the roadways. Next in sports, we find out who will represent the Rays in the MLB All-Star Game. But first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Look at what we made just for you tonight. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, then just grab it. Okay. And it's gone.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Parking meters in downtown Sarasota. The city wants to bring back paid parking, but what will be different this time around?
Tomorrow on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called 3-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
That's Chuck, proud homeowner, regular do-it-yourselfer. Today he's attempting an electrical repair. This is Pablo. He's an electrician with Mr. Sparky. How's he doing, Pablo?
Terrible, Mike.
Yeah. What Chuck doesn't realize is that almost 68,000 home fires are caused every year by electrical problems.
What?
If he doesn't have the proper tools and training, he's liable to start the next one.
Little help here!
That's what I'm talking about.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You might want to write that number down.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Now, sports.
We've known for years that at their best, the Rays are all about pitching and defense. So when your pitching is drastically underperforming and your defense is shoddy, your offense isn't consistent enough to make up for it, well, fans are going to see plenty of games like they did tonight, unfortunately. It started out promising. The Rays took a quick 1-0 lead, but then Jake Odorizzi was pummeled by the Angels in the second. They put up 4 runs to get out in front. Odorizzi would allow 7 runs in 5 1/3 innings tonight. The Rays chipped away at the lead, and in the 5th, Nick Franklin puts Tampa Bay back on top with a 2-run single. From there, it seemed like the Rays bullpen couldn't get an out. The Angels retook the lead in the 6th, then scored 6 runs in the 9th. They win 13-5. The 4-game series continues at the Trop tomorrow night. Welcome back, Alex Colome. The Rays reliever has been activated from the disabled list after dealing with tendonitis in his right biceps. He pitched 1 scoreless inning tonight. Colome has been filling in this season for closer Brad Boxberger, who's been dealing with injuries himself. And the 27-year-old has made a strong case to keep the closer role even when Boxberger returns. He is a perfect 19 for 19 in save opportunities. Even more reason for Colome to keep the closer role. He was just selected to his first All-Star game. The rosters were announced tonight, and the pitcher will represent the Rays in San Diego next week. It's possible Colome will be joined by teammate Evan Longoria in San Diego, but that's up to you. Longo is among 5 American League players who could be voted in by fans, so head over to MLB.com to help him out. Other All-Star roster notes: the Chicago Cubs became the first team since 1976 to have 5 players voted as starters. And Boston's David Ortiz, who is retiring at the end of the season, has been selected to his 10th All-Star game. Both Serena and Venus Williams handled business at Wimbledon, and they're on to the semifinals. The sisters won their matches in straight sets. They won't face each other in the semifinals, but of course would square off in the final if they can advance again. And if this singles play wasn't enough for one day, the two teamed up for some doubles tournament action as well. They advanced to the quarterfinals, beating the 6th-seeded team just a short time after their singles matches. That is endurance. Organizations of the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival are calling this year's event a success. One major change this year: instead of a parade on Friday night, powerboats were parked along Main Street for a block party. Organizers say they've received positive feedback from the community. And on Saturday and Sunday, 100 racers took part in the competitions on Lido Key. The event raises money for Suncoast charities. However, it will still be a few weeks before we know how much money was raised this year. It sounds like a success. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com. Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is getting some attention on social media after one of their off-duty deputies snapped these great photos. Deputy Riva says that this bobcat was on Siesta Key, simply minding his own business before going on its way to whatever bobcats do. Using the hashtag only in Florida, the Sheriff's Office says they're not surprised that the bobcat wanted to enjoy the softest sand on the West Coast. We don't blame him. And also only from Florida to out of this world, it was a history-making moment in space exploration late last night. And now the Juno spacecraft is orbiting around the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter.
That pop. And that out-of-this-world celebration at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, where confirmation that Juno had made it.
We prepared a contingency communications procedure, and guess what? We don't need that anymore.
The solar-powered spacecraft is now orbiting Jupiter after its Independence Day arrival. It's the closest encounter ever, and these are the first images, the many moons of the massive planet circling. The billion-dollar mission named Joy.
We call it Jupiter Orbit Insertion.
Launched 5 years ago.
And liftoff.
Juno's odometer now has logged 1.7 billion miles after traveling 165,000 miles per hour during its journey. Tim Gasparini, who managed the building of Juno in Denver, says the work is just beginning.
Jupiter holds keys to the scientists understanding how the solar system originally formed.
But Juno will send back data from Jupiter in tough conditions. The gas giant moves fast. It has an intense radiation field, and its gravitational pull is fiercely strong.
It's a great accomplishment from the engineering side, and we're looking forward to what the scientists are going to be able to figure out.
After a series of tests, Juno will officially start collecting data from Jupiter in October. Information NASA hopes will unlock the mysteries of the universe.
It is pretty cool. It's amazing to think you can send something up 5 years later.
Right.
You are then getting all of this great information and research out of it.
Yeah, like you said in that package, traveling, 1.7 billion miles, the speed of 168,000 miles per hour, and arrive at the station 1 second off. It's amazing.
It is. Science is incredible. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow.